So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Runs over it. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Murray now. Trying to lay one up deep. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Murray. He is going to find Hill here. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the 49ers use the short field to get in for 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Allen going to go on 4th down. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked up by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now Allen. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Here we go on 4th down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Allen to throw it. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
One final try here for Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Murray. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Jonathan Taylor.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 76 yards.
And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Allen will try to throw for it. Dancing to his left.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got it.
And oh, he coughed it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second and 8 coming up. A give for Taylor running right side.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game, right?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Allen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. The Chiefs on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Finding space at the 40.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen airing it out deep for Smith.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's fourth down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And now here is another interception.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing again on second down. Allen.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And again, it's Allen. This is Smith with a grab. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Horn.